Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me Donovan Jeter. He's a defensive lineman out of University of Michigan. So nice to have you with us, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
So obviously a guy, you came out. I mean, really, high recruit. You're a four-star recruit. Coming out of high school, ends up going to Michigan. I don't know that full story, so why don't you take the reins there and just kind of let us know, your story from the get-go there, maybe where you're from and how you got there.
So from a small town called Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. It's probably about 45 minutes north of Pittsburgh. And my county and city is known for football, man. Like, just we got Aliquippa in the county, like guys like Darrell Reeves, Ty Law, Mike Ditka, Tony Dorsey. And then even Joe Namath is from my city. So they got a rich history of football. And it's funny, like doing recruiting, I originally committed to Notre Dame. It was the year they had that weird season where they went like 3-9, and I ended up committing. And when I decommitted, Coach Harbaugh called. Coach Harbaugh called me probably the same day, and he got me out there on a visit. And like when I got on campus, I came up for one of the homecoming games, and it just felt like this is where I needed to be. And I had a great 5 years. So, but yeah, man, I was originally committed to Notre Dame. Like I people don't know that. I joke about it all the time. Yeah, I was originally committed to Notre Dame, decommitted, and got to Michigan.
Gotcha. So again, defensive lineman there. You landed there at Michigan. Just so that people get a feel for the type of player you are, give me an idea of your size and just kind of your overall experience level there on the defensive line.
So I'm about 6'3". I range anywhere from like 310 and 305, and man, I play every position on the D line. Like that's something I'm really confident in. Going into this draft is that there's no other defensive tackle that played for zero tech all the way out to six technique at a championship level. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, I'm physical. I like to consider myself smart. I don't like talking too highly of myself, but pretty smart on the football field. I'm just, man, I'm a gamer, man. I've been playing football since I was 5, so I have instincts. I have certain instincts that some people may not have, depending on how long when they start playing football. So luckily, I've been playing since I was 5. So that's 18 years, and man, I'm a gamer, man. Like I really that's when people say really love football. Like when I tell you I love football, there's nothing else I ever wanted to be. Not no actor, not no musician. I wanted to be a football player ever since I started talking. I wanted to be a football player.
So tell me something. I mean, why is it that you love football? Tell me what about football is that you're why are you so drawn to it? Why do you like it so much?
Just the violence. And the aggressiveness. I joke with my brothers and cousins all the time. They all were like Division I basketball players and pro players. We get to wrestling around. I throw them around a little bit, and I remind them like there's a reason I play football, and y'all chose basketball. But I just love football. It's weird. I can't explain why I love it. I just just the physical, just the violence, and then really being on a team. Man, I got 5 older brothers, so. Having that camaraderie just in a locker room, man, that's something I'm always going to miss. Like at Michigan, man, we had a great locker room, and that's just something to just add, just sprinkles on top of it, man. Because just the violence, and then you put the team aspect together with it, man. It's just
I mean, obviously, that's part of the reason why we love this game, man. I mean, people go out there, they hit each other, they basically. It's your will against the other guys, and you're pushing at each other and being able to dominate somebody. I mean, you gotta love that. Obviously when you're able to win those matchups. So like you were saying, I mean, you've been a fan of this game for a while. Like, who did you, I don't know, maybe idolize as a kid? Do you have a favorite player who's maybe in the league now, or somebody that perhaps you model your game after that plays your position?
Uh, I try to take a little bit from a couple guys. Like obviously, like Aaron Donald's a Pittsburgh guy, but like it's hard to like you're not going to recreate what Aaron Donald does. Like one, people don't understand. Like he's 6 foot. Like he's not like a bigger. Like he's like 6 foot 6'1". So he's naturally lower than people. His leverage is ridiculous. And then when you put together the speed and the technique with it, it's amazing. But like watching guys like Fletcher Cox, Cameron Hayward, Casey, Jarrell Casey, I'm drawing blanks here. Wow. JJ Watt when he's lined up over when he's lined up over the guard. And there's just a lot of I can't name them all, but there's a couple guys, man. I just love watching their film because like I just try to be a student of the game and just take whatever I can from them, whether it may be how they place their hands, how they play certain formations, just little things like that. So I wouldn't narrow it down to one guy I look up to. I just like I said, I try to take a little bit from everybody.
Sure. I mean, like you said, I mean, you get a guy like Aaron Donald who, went to Pittsburgh and is probably the best in the league right now. I mean, I don't know his situation, but you get a guy, despite his size. I mean, a lot of people think that they could be the next Aaron Donald. Dude, I don't think there's ever going to be another Aaron Donald. It's just, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's just kind of my, opinion. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, for a guy like you, I mean, who, like you said, I mean, you can line up in multiple spots along the defensive lines. I mean, you talked about a few different guys there who have excelled like across the defensive line. So I mean, yeah, I mean, you certainly want to watch them and how they excel and how they've done great things in the league. So, um, you had mentioned a little bit about I don't know being a student of the game. So I just kind of wanted to throw something at you. So tell me how your development has kind of gone throughout your college years while you're watching film. Like how is it different now than when it was when you first came out in high school? Like is there maybe something that you've kind of learned, like some kind of techniques or something as you're watching to really help you better yourself?
The probably the attention to detail while watching film, especially being in my position playing defensive line. Offensive linemen will tell you what they're doing if you know what you're looking at. So when in high school we didn't really watch film. It was just like we watch it as a team or as a defense or whatever, and we kind of go our ways. In college, if you want to create separation from your teammate that you're trying to beat out who might be in your position, or you want to create separation from other defensive linemen or defensive players around the country, film is where it's done. Because like I said, offensive linemen will tell you what they're doing like, if you know where to look. So just learning, just paying attention to how much weight an offensive lineman has on their hand, or what he looks like when he's pulling, or what he looks like when he's about to give a pass set, or even what he looks like in the run game. How does he perform a reach block or a base block, or how is he on the doubles? Does he give you a hard shoulder? Does he just try to get out the way and just let his tackle get you? So it's just like as I got older, you'll be very hard pressed to find a freshman that could come in and just look at all those little details. So like that's just something that comes through time, but definitely it's attention to detail, man. Like just as I got older, I just started paying attention to little things, and it helped me succeed on the field. So definitely attention to detail.
Sure. So let's kind of talk about some of those times you have succeeded the most there on the field. Like, what would you say has been some of the highlights of your career? Is there maybe a moment or a game or even a play that just kind of sticks out in your memory, like the biggest highlight of your career?
Uh, Probably I have to go with games. So like this past season versus Penn State and Ohio State, I had a good game against Michigan State. Unfortunately, we lost. 2020, I had a really good year. Unfortunately, we went 2-4. But I scored a touchdown the first game of the year against Minnesota. And then next week against Michigan State, I had a big time like tackle. I slammed the dude, all that, got up talking some trash. And then we played Rutgers, and I think I had like 8 tackles, but they only recorded me for like 5 or 6. But I go back, that's probably like my best game, probably my second best game behind the Penn State game this past year. And even Penn State 2020, I I had like a little knee injury, fortunately nothing crazy. I was able to come back, and I got like my first TFL in my college career. And unfortunately, there was nobody in the stands to make any noise during the COVID year, but that was probably one of the highlights. And then this past year, getting a TFL against Ohio State, and the crowd was going crazy. It was rocking, and so I probably can't narrow it down to one moment, but I can definitely point out some games for you.
Sure. I mean, I think that a lot of people really don't understand like the magnitude of, you know, your guys' stadium, having so many guys in the crowd that really help. It really helps to have the crowd back. So I mean, I think a lot of people are just so pumped to have people back in the stands because especially for guys like you, that really helps. I mean, it really helps. The game flow just in general. So.
Yeah.
Um, I kind of want to walk things back a little bit so people understand what kind of an athlete you have been over your lifetime. I mean, you're a fairly well established basketball guy. So let's talk about your history as a basketball player, if you don't mind. Fill me in.
Yeah, yeah. So I've been playing basketball since I was 5 years old, and I I love football, but basketball is probably like right there. I love basketball, and like I said, my brother Sheldon, he started 3 years at Pitt, played a couple years pro overseas and in the G League. My cousin Lance, he started 2 years in Nebraska. He still holds records there, and he played overseas, had a really good overseas career. My dad played at Chattanooga back in the day. My aunt Joy, like when we joke about like back home, who's like the best Jeter, my aunt Joy takes the cake. Like they just said, my aunt Joy played back in like I want to say the mid to late '80s, and Dick Vitale, she played at a mid major. Dick Vitale flew all the way out there to see her play. And there's like there's a famous picture back home of just her and getting interviewed by Dick Vitale. And they said if there was a WNBA back then, she'd have been the number one overall pick, like unanimously, like not even close. So like
That's crazy to think about, man.
I'm kind of like the anomaly of my family. My little cousin Isaiah, he plays down at Liberty. And I played too. I mean, I was all right. I was pretty good. I don't want to talk too good about myself, but I
Well, I
scored.
mean, this is kind of what I was thinking. I mean, obviously, basketball and any other sport really will occasionally, translate fairly well to the game. And I was going back. I mean, I was looking at some of the results from your pro day, and one of the results is you had a pretty decent vertical. So I mean, obviously, you got a pretty decent vertical. I mean, which probably stemmed from your days of being a basketball guy, being able to throw down a little bit. So um,
Yeah,
hey, it certainly helps. Certainly helps to get up there, bat down some passes, things like
yeah.
that. So, um, since I mentioned it, man, let's talk about that pro day. So, how'd that go for you overall?
I had a pretty good pro day. They threw me off a little bit on the three cones. So like when we were doing a three cone drill, we when they set it up, they had like normal size cones, and then we go over there to do the drill. There's these big construction cones, and we all looking at each other like, what in the world? But I mean, I still ran a decent time. I mean, during the pro day training, I was running like when I was testing, we were testing, putting a clock on it. I was testing like 7.2, 7.3. Unfortunately, I ran like a 7. You had to I had to completely change my angles going around those cones. But pro day was a great experience. Just and it was crazy. Like my adrenaline was going, but like I'm kind of the same way on game day too. Like my adrenaline was going, it was racing, but like I remember I lined up for my 40. That's what we did first, and I remember taking a deep breath. Like I was on my knee, and I look up, and you see all the scouts there, and it's like, all right, it's time to roll. And like, and it's the same way in game day. Like, when I walk out of a tunnel, when you walk out the tunnel down the hill, obviously my adrenaline's going through warm up stuff like that. But like when you get out there, you see there's 110,000 people. I just tell myself, all right, it's time to roll. So, but pro day was amazing. It was a great experience. Having my family there, having my babies there, getting to see me do it. My parents were there. My girlfriend was there. Did pretty well on the position drills. So pro day was a success in my book, man. And it was a once in a lifetime experience. I was something I'll never forget.
Awesome. Also, put up 26 bench reps is what I was able to find. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I'm mad at myself because I could have got 30, but like I got to like 24, 25. and I brought the bar down too fast, and I knocked wind out of myself, and I was like, man,
Ah,
but I mean,
it's all good, man. We know you got we know you got the skills up, in your upper body, so you ain't got to worry
yeah,
about that so much. So,
yeah.
um, uh, one thing I want to chat with you about, actually, since we started this whole thing, is I am so interested in your I don't know, relationship with your head coach. I mean, obviously you get Harbaugh that comes in, completely changes like the dynamic and the attitude there. Is there any sort of I don't know, insight or something that you could share about your Coach Harbaugh there?
Coach Harbaugh is genuinely a great guy. Like, and I wouldn't get up here and BS you. Like, Coach Harbaugh is an amazing guy. Like, he's genuine. Like, everything you see, he's not putting on a facade or act. That's who he is. So, uh, love Coach Harbaugh to death. Great coach, great leader. He brings the best. He does his best to bring the best out of his players. So, Coach Harbaugh is he's a class act, man. I like number of respect and love for Coach Harbaugh.
Awesome. I do want to just kind of give you a short window to maybe give a shout out to some of your teammates, but more so specifically, tell people who's remaining there at Michigan that everybody needs to know about, moving forward.
Um, my boy DJ Turner, the entire offensive line. They're going to be. I think the offensive line is going to be really good this year again. Uh, Rod Moore, he stepped up huge for us as a true freshman last year. My boy RJ Moten, Nakai Hill Green, Pittsburgh guy. Uh, both of the twins, German and Jamon Green. I really think we got a good chance of making some noise again in the Big Ten and nationally because man, we got a lot coming back. We got a lot of young guys who had experience in big games and in big moments, so they know how to handle themselves. So I think it's hard just to narrow it down to some guys, just a couple guys. But man, I think Michigan's up for. I think we're due. I think us winning the Big Ten last year kind of showed everybody, all right, we can really do this now. Like, because when I first got there, it was just, oh, like, we can get there, beat Ohio State, blah, blah, blah. But, like, nobody thought, like, we really do it until we did it. And now it's just kind of opened the floodgates. So I think there's a lot of guys to keep a lookout for, man. I think we're going to have another big year. So I'm not, I don't want to jinx us, but I think we're going to have a big year.
Awesome. Definitely looking forward to it. I mean, they have been able, you guys have been able to have some really great moments. A lot of fun, watching you guys, this past season. So, looking forward to next season. So, we do want to steer back to you a little bit. I want to know who this, Donovan Jeter guy is outside of the game. So, tell me a little bit something about yourself that maybe not everybody knows. Something interesting, fun, unique. However you want to spin it. Tell me something about yourself that you want to share with people.
Uh, there's a couple things. One, I'm still a really, really, really good basketball player. I don't play like rec no more, but like when I did play in high school, I scored 1,400 points without my senior year. So I can still shoot definitely. But something else. Oh yeah, back in the day, like my early days of college, I was an elite Madden player. Like when I tell you I was top 50 in the world at one point, like on head-to-head online, because my freshman year I got hurt, tore my meniscus. I was out the whole year, and so I wasn't really doing too many team activities. So like I would get my treatment, go to study all night, get home, probably get back to my dorms. Let's say eight, and I'd play. If I played 15 games, I'm winning 14. Like that's like and again, I got people who can vouch for me. Like I was really good at Madden. Even I'm kind of now play 2K a little bit more. I'll be in the park.
Sure. No, I get you. Um,
So
a couple really quick, short, brief answers. So, like, if you can, try and give me whatever like first comes up. Favorite snack food?
uh, favorite snacks. Probably beef jerky. It's a little
Okay.
weird.
No, that's cool. Favorite movie?
I'm a movie junkie too. I'd have to go with Goodfellas.
Okay. Have you ever thought about maybe a favorite car?
Favorite car. Man, bringing all the stops here.
I figure real quick, just knock them all out.
Probably I want a Hellcat. Like God willing, I get some money, I'm gonna give me a nice give me a nice cat.
All right. Well, I mean that's all fun. Anything else about yourself that you want to share? Anything you got going on in like your personal life that you just proud of or something? I mean, obviously you got your degree there. So what did you get your degree in?
It was just sociology, and something I'm proud of. I'm a father of two. I got a 2-year-old daughter and a 6-month-old son. So yeah, like, I love. There's nothing better than being a dad. Whether you have a good game, good practice, bad practice. When I walk in the door, I'm dad. I'm not. I'm not a football player. I'm not a defensive tackle. I'm not. I'm dad. So I'm dad. So that's probably the best thing. Just coming home, like I said, when you have a good day or bad day, I just know my babies don't know nothing about that. They just know dad's home. So that's probably the best thing. Probably something in my personal life. Best thing in my personal life.
Sure, definitely sounds good. I mean, also having a little bit of motivation behind that as well. So, wrap things up for us if you don't mind here, Donovan. Go ahead and finish us off with your pitch to all those scouts that might be watching this video. So, tell them why they need to maybe take a chance on you, draft you, sign you, and what kind of player you'd be for their program. So, go ahead and hit them with that.
Um, First off, I'm a winner. I won a championship at every level of football I played: Pee Wee, high school, college, and hopefully I get to win a Super Bowl. I'm physical, very, very, very smart, and I'm versatile. Like I said, there's no other defensive tackle in this draft that can say they played 6 technique all the way down to 0. And for those who don't know, from the tight end over the centers. Like there's not too many people that can say they've done that. And I'm just and one, I have my instincts, like I said, mentioned earlier, through the roof. Like I've been playing this game since I was 5, so there's certain things I do naturally that other people just can't do. That's not a knock on anybody else, but it's just certain. That's just what it is. And then my mentality, being a father is not. It's not easy, but it's not hard being a college student. If that makes sense. Like it's never like, oh, it's too much to bear, or anything like that. But being a father, that changed the way you view things. I'm not trying to go out and party. I'm not trying to go out chase women. None of that. I'm focused on being the best football player I can be and the best father I can be. And I'm very, and like I said, I'm very focused on those two things. And so if you put all that together, the versatility, the winning mentality, the physicality, the technicality, I'm very in tune with my technique, the instincts, and then just the mentality of being a father. And just now I'm not the average, college student, man. Like I said, a lot of guys will go out party, go chase girls, go, show off.
Sure. I mean, obviously, what you're talking about is like maturity. So, I mean,
Yeah,
maturity is definitely something that, I mean, obviously, as a college guy, not everybody gets it until
yeah.
maybe it's too late. But I mean, certainly you've kind of knocked that down. So, but just
So
kind of wanted to rehash a little bit what you just mentioned. I mean, obviously, a defensive lineman who I feel is solid, more or less in any scheme. However, any team wants to use you. So, whether they want to put you, like you said, like from nose all the way out as far as they want to. I mean, obviously a guy who's, willing and dedicated to, go out there and deliver. So in whatever position, they put you. So, Donovan, do wish you best of luck during this time. I mean, obviously we got the draft happening very soon. So again, best of luck with everything you got going on in your life. All right, buddy.
thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Sure, no problem. Once again, Donovan Jeter, defensive lineman, Michigan. Definitely check him out.
Appreciate it. Thank you.